Okay, from the best we can figure out, this right here is what they're calling the Tandy Cottage. Now, have you ever seen a house like this that you would ever call a cottage? They say this is the only surviving one in all of Mobile. It's got that New Orleans style here. Bring you up here to where you can see a little more of it. Because they talk about this double staircase here, which this definitely has. And nice trees right there. There's a big old tree right here. You can see that trunk and how wide that is. But this is what they're calling a cottage. If you lived in this house, would you call this a cottage? I know I would not. Man, the sidewalk's all buckled up there. And then look at down there on the side. See if I get here, get a little blinded out by that tree. We'll go through here a little bit. There. Now, as you look at the side, and there's that staircase right back. So that's the Tandy College. It was built in 1858 or 59. All right, we're going to fight through the traffic, but this over here was the Barton Academy. See how big this building was? This was actually originally built as the first school in the entire state of Alabama. So that has that auspicious thing about it. Another good thing about it is in the Civil War in 1865, this actually became a hospital. It was commandeered by the Union. It's got that great big dome up there. It's a little hard to tell through these trees. Okay, this here is also not part of the tour, but you can go ahead and pause and read all of that and see First Jewish House of Worship in Alabama of 1846. So read that and enjoy it, and we'll keep on going. All right, so there's a lot that's not on this tour, and this house is one of those that I don't understand. It's not on this tour. This is 607 Government Street, and they don't even talk about this one. Look at the wrought iron fence here. I suppose it is. Yeah, it is. It's definitely wrought iron. But this beautiful, beautiful place, and it's not even part of the tour, but I'm making it part of our tour. It's got this nice tree right here too. So there's always nice trees around here. All right, let's keep going to what they say is the next thing. Okay, here's another place that is not on the tour, but you can see it here. Let me back up a little bit, show you what we're talking about here. Get the sun out of it. So they're calling it the Quigley House. Pretty cool, huh? Alright, so this is what we've been looking for. You can see this is Rear Admiral Confederate States Navy, Brigadier General Confederate States Army Commander of Alabama, the greatest sea raider of all times. Home of Raphael Sims. This is it right here. So, see the second story up there through these branches. I'll go over here to the side. And there you get a fair view of the side there. And they keep backing up. Okay, that'll give you a pretty decent view of the house right there. So it's pretty nice. And being told there's a sign on it, so we'll see if that sign's any different than this one. So here you go. You can pause all that. Get it a little closer. Pause that and read that. We'll come down, pause that and read that. And there's the finish of it right there. Again, this is not on the tour, but read this. This is pretty funny, in a sense. I mean, sad, guy got hung, it says unjustly, but if what he said was true, look right here. That's a pretty big oak. All through there. So if he was right, Charles Boynton, then he says an oak would grow from his heart to prove his innocence. Well, there's an oak. So, and there's a ton of them here actually, I guess, so, and some magnolias. Anyway, this over here, I believe, is our next target. And this here is what they call an AME church. Up there at the top, well, not the top, but by that big arch window up there, it says 1896. This is a big Zion AME Zion church. See these big old doors and stuff it's got. But let's look at this sign. You see it says, a Big Zion African Methodist Episcopal Zion Church. This congregation was originated in 1842 with a group of slaves who were stood in a Methodist church and Methodist congregation. They were required to move to a small house provided for them. The perseverance of faith held them together through the adversities and 3 other temporary places of worship. This site was purchased in 1860. So just before the Civil War started, about which time they voted to transfer from the Methodist church to the AME Zion Connection. A wooden shed and parsonage was first constructed, and this shed was held first ordination in Alabama, a Negro minister by a Negro bishop. The present structure was begun in 1867 by E.D. Taylor. It was remodeled in 1896. Okay, so we know that's why the 1896 is up there now for this specific building. You can see it all down through there, and it takes up about half of this block. So, pretty good sized place. So the next stop on the tour is this Church Street graveyard. You see this entrance and this fence here. And it's said that when this was purchased back in 1819, this graveyard actually laid a half a mile from the city limits of Mobile. It also says that many prominent residents of Mobile are buried here, and that many of them, in the style of New Orleans, are buried above ground. Now this one doesn't. This one's upside down here for me. There's an Elizabeth Ann column, looks like. And here's one that's encased in this brick wall. I won't go all throughout this and show you everything, but this is just part of the tour. David Jones, and you can see there's pretty high tombs in here. All these places. Here's a William Ford and a Clinton Ford. Born in New York. Born in New York, both of them. Okay. 82 years. Wow. 63 years. So that's got to be father for William, Clinton for son. Then there's other small memorials here. Not sure who they're for. But you can see pretty good sized memorials here for some of these people. And like I said, I'm not going to do a whole tour of this, and this would be a video all by itself and would take a while to do. But you can see here's some crypts that are above the ground, just to give you a good example of what they're talking about. And right here, check this out. Here, I'll back up, yeah, just a little bit. Let me walk around this and you can see these are above ground caskets here. Ooh, spider web. Ooh, spider web. There's more down there. There's a lot more. Here's some right here. Oh, right there's one right there that you can see. There's a couple down there. But there's like a whole family here. Again, this one's upside down. It says Alair Rock Iron, maybe? Born February 7th of 1801 and died June 9th of 1823. Wow. 22 years old. Crazy. And you can see all these right here too. So this is just a touch of what is here. I've never been in one, but from what I've heard, you know, these New Orleans things, graveyards, cemeteries, you know, are all above ground because of the water. So here I'm sure that's the situation for some of these as well. But anyway, let's keep going on the tour. So this right here is the Farley House. This is one of the very first houses to be saved after the Civil War. So they finally renovated it. I'm not sure what year it was, but that's that one. And you see it's got really nice trees around it too. All back there. Big, nice trees. All right, let's keep going and see what's next. All right, so this house right here at 201 South Warren Street. You can see it, it's that one right there. This was actually on Monroe Street, which is that street over there. And they were going to demolish this because they were going to build a tunnel over there. And a judge in 1969, I think it was, or 1959, one of the two, bought this, had it moved over here, and completely restored it to the way that it looked when it was brand new on Monroe Street. So, pretty nice story for that one. All right, this house right here, which is right next door to the one I just showed you, this here is the Tabor House. It was built around 1850, It too was one of the first to be completely renovated when they did this. They call this East Church area, East Church Street area. It was one of the first to be renovated through that organization. So not a bad house. I mean, that's not a bad house. That's a really nice house back there. Look at all the trees and all the foliage. There's a palm even. I mean, all down through here, there's some nice houses, but none of these houses are on the tour. But I'll show them to you anyway. All right, so we're going to keep on going and see whatever the next thing is. Okay, so as we're walking by, we see this British park here that you can see, and right beside this sign. I mean, that tree there, I don't know, it's got to be 5 to 6 feet thick there at its base. And look at this, any one of these limbs could make a total standing tree all by itself. But it's got a nice little brick walkway through here, some other trees. It's not as big as that monster right there, but just a little park to come sit, rest and relax, let your dog run around, that sort of thing. Right beside this great big nice house here, and then that cottage over there, and then the white one down there. So let's keep on going. Okay, so apparently a couple of these houses are what is left of what used to be 12 houses down through here that were built for widows by a widows benevolent society. And so that's what's that on this Slava Street. And then we have to go down this way and check out some other places. So let's keep going. You know, just generally speaking, you see like this little house here and this little house right here. These are very nice. It says that just these couple of blocks that we're walking here, that these cottages and some shotgun houses, that's not either. That these are basically houses that were built anywhere from the 1860s to around 1910 along these two blocks here. So that's when this neighborhood came into being, obviously. So these houses are just representatives of those types of houses in the period of when they were built. So you can see pretty nice to be so old, in really good condition, I can say that. So we'll keep going and then I'll show you what the next named one is. Okay, this here is at 501 or 551, I mean. Yeah, no, 501. And it's an example of because this is the Clemens house. And it says that marking up there on the fireplace means that they supported a fire station on Francis Street. So not sure how they come with that, but that's what we're going to take it as. This is a nice area I didn't get to get before. Over the fountain is across there. This is Malaga Plaza, is what this is called. And then this place right here, this was another house I know that I missed on the tour. And it's just it almost looks square and modern, really. It's not the best style. It's got a really gorgeous tree here though in front of it. Look at that thing, that's got to be 5-6 feet across in the width of it. And then over here is a very, very nice house as well. Again, none of these are on the tour. The tour finished with that last cottage. But I think I might shot these coming up too. Anyway, these are very nice areas. So anyway, this is going to complete this whole tour. And hope you enjoyed it. You know, do all the good stuff. Thumbing up, subscribing, sharing, commenting, all that. I will see you on the next one.